We're live.
Oh, hello. I'm joining you from Dirty Jers.
How's Dirty Jersey?
It's good. I'm Rumson, New Jersey, my brother's house. Um, it's definitely warmer here. It's supposed to be 60 on Thursday, which is really nice.
That's pretty sweet.
And yeah, so got this big house to myself for now. Got the podcast shit set up in the basement. It's my battle station for doing other stuff too. And I don't want you to judge as I do this. You're gonna see this, right? See that? But then you're also gonna see red wine as well.
Nice, very nice. You said you were drinking Bullet?
Yeah, and you might see a Red Bull too.
Nice. I got seltzer and bourbon.
Um, so we basically did this just to fuck around, but one thing that I thought was really funny, one of the things we want to talk about was I was on Facebook, got an alert, somebody had, posted a link to our page, and it was funny because I had just finished reading this article, and I had just thought the same exact thing. This guy, he said I was catching up on old episodes. I'm estimating because I don't have it in front of me, but he said I was catching up on old episodes. He said something like Andy should be careful with his life because apparently they announced that they are going to get ahead of the books in the show, and for the people that are waiting for the books, they're going to start giving not spoilers, but I don't know what you would call it. They're going to actually move the story past the stories in the books. And I remember when we talked about this on a podcast, I said, I bet my life George R. R. Martin wouldn't do that. I was like, no way, he would never do that. It would just cheapen the whole series. I would be shocked. I would bet my life he wouldn't do it. And here we are.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm
I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to watch the show.
I know. Yeah, I guess. I'm not even sure I want to watch this season because
I know I'm a little bit nervous. Yeah.
I'm not far enough ahead.
Well, like, I'm not going to spoil anything, but let's just say that even on the commercial for this season, which is like not even the full trailer, but like the commercial that they show, um, I don't want to say what it is because it'll ruin things, but they say something really important in the commercial that is something that I think anybody who is reading the books guesses is going to happen, but they almost like confirm it in a commercial for the show. That's
Yeah.
all I'm going to say. It has to do with Daenerys, but it's like, what the fuck?
No, I agree.
When you
Uh,
put in, 10 years of her, when did the first book come out? Long time ago.
like 90s, right?
Yeah, when you put in that much effort of reading these books, um, it's not something you want to see finished on a live action HBO show, as good or as bad as it may be, you know. And I like the show,
Yeah,
not that much
I
though.
think the show's great. I loved the last season. But then even the last season, they put that bullshit in about they were putting things that haven't happened yet in the books, or right? Or were
Mm.
they stuff in the fifth book?
It's hard for me to say because I had already read the fourth and fifth book, so I don't remember what happens in each book. You know what I
Remember
mean?
they were doing stuff with the White Walkers. They were explaining more of their background that people that I didn't. I've read. I'm on the fifth book and I haven't seen that stuff yet.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely, and it's annoying too because it's like I'm shocked that George R. R. Martin even told them what the story is going to be. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
from day one of reading the books, I saw that uh, he had sketched out the basic plan of the story sets before he even wrote book one. He knew what he was going to do, uh, which is the sign of a really good author. But I didn't think he would share that with anyone
No, me
outside of
neither.
himself.
It just seems weird because like the show, I'm starting to feel like the show doesn't care about some of the characters that we did. I feel like there's too many characters now. Like
Yeah,
how is Jon Snow, Daenerys, Arya, Tyrion? How are they? They feel like the main ones, but I don't even. I think Arya, like the way she goes in these upcoming books when she leaves, it's I don't understand how they're gonna make that interesting for the show. Because
right.
it's not that interesting in the books, to me at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, I mean there's some stuff that just doesn't work on the screen too, and I think I
It's
think to
just
make a
slow.
show
It's
or a
really
movie,
it's a slow burn.
yeah, I think to make a show or a movie out of a book, you have to be willing to cut stuff because you're not going to be able to put everything in. Period. Even in a show that's 7 seasons long, we're still talking about 7 books or 8 books that are 800 pages, 700, 600 pages long. So I think they're just going to have to cut some stuff out. But here's the problem, and I know what you're talking about with that Arya storyline. I don't know how important it is yet. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Maybe it's critical. I have no idea. So they probably, I'm thinking maybe they could just cut it out, but
That's what they didn't they also say that they were gonna change things in this the show that wouldn't necessarily happen in the book. They would kill people in the
yeah.
show that
See
wouldn't.
that I don't mind because if you have a peripheral character that's not critical to the story, that saves a lot of time killing them off in the show. You know what I'm trying to say? Where
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's such a hard story to follow to begin with. It's going to be really hard because people like so if people don't know the original book 4 and 5 was supposed to be one book. It's supposed to be book 4, and the publishers were up George R. R. Martin's ass, and they were saying, we need this book. So he said, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use half the stories for, half the characters, and then I'll finish the other characters in book 5. So book 4 and book 5 happen at about the same time, which is confusing when you go into book 5 because you have to rewind, right, back
Yeah.
to the beginning of book 4. But I think to do that in the TV show would be a much tougher sell because, like, if people were to go through a whole season of Game of Thrones without Tyrion,
Yeah.
without God, I don't even. There was like major characters that were missing from book 4 by design.
Daenerys wasn't in, was she in book
Daenerys.
four?
I don't. I
Yeah.
think she. I think
I think book 4 was Sam, Arya, and
and the new character,
and the
the
Dorn
Onion Knight.
and the people from Dorne, right?
Yeah, I think so. It was missing like some of the
It was
flashiest characters.
it was Cersei and Marjorie have that big thing. I think that was about it, right? Was that book 4?
I think so. I don't know. It's been a long time since I read it, but
Yeah, I don't know. 'Cause this is supposed to be book 4 coming up, right?
well, that's what I'm wondering is if they're gonna just combine book 4 and 5 into one season because people don't want to have a whole
Yeah.
season without Tyrion, for example. He's one of everybody's favorite characters. So you know what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
like, and to be fair, originally book 4 and book 5 were supposed to be written at the same time anyway, and their timelines happen at the same time. So it makes sense to do them at the same time in the show.
hmm
I don't know if that's what they're gonna do or not, but
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine. I don't know what's gonna be. Hopefully it's good. I'm scared though. I don't want it to be ruined. It's something that's near and dear to me. I don't.
yeah,
I
me
don't.
too.
I don't even fucking know what to think. I really
Yeah.
don't.
That's all I really have to say about it. But I just thought it's funny that guy sent a message and said Andy should be more careful with his life. Because that's the first thing I thought. I remember seeing that and going, yeah, I remember saying there's no fucking way that will happen, no chance. I'm just
Yeah.
shocked because like George R. R. Martin's such a secretive guy, and I've seen authors like this before. Like they'd rather die than give up the secrets of their books, and to see him let the HBO show lead the book, it blows my mind. I'm shocked by it.
Yeah, and thank you, Dan Barnes, for the new follow
Yes, thank you.
or like or whatever you want to call it on Facebook.
I'm afraid if I open up a new tab, my computer will freak out.
Die.
Did you see Zach's question?
No, see in the chat.
He's in the Q&A.
Oh,
He said, "Do you guys ever play Altered Beast just to look at the outfits?"
yes, we absolutely
Well,
do.
that's why, Zach, we got and the Retron 5 is actually an emulator, and there's a patch to remove the loincloths. So that's really what we do.
Yeah.
Nothing else to add.
No, nothing else.
Real quick, as a quick aside, which I don't have much to say, but Zach just reminded me of this. That Star Citizen game looks fucking unbelievable.
It does. It really does.
Holy shit.
I didn't realize the graphics were that good. Like I understand.
Yeah.
I understand these people have like I think they have like 136 million dollars they've raised so far for this
But
game.
to me, though, like, it's still an indie game. I don't care if there's, like, professional people making I'm just not used to indie games having fucking Crisis graphics, better than Crisis graphics.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's
And that's-
I couldn't believe it when I saw that. There's like a video on, I don't know if it's Polygon, doesn't matter, where they like some guy has like a asteroid fort of like his ships, and he invites
Mhm.
them to go check them out, and like just the little things, like the way that the roof latches to the ship as they get in, and then he's got like the ridiculous ship that looks like Prometheus, and it has like a dining room and shit. Oh, it's just I don't care if I ever actually play the game. I just want to fly around for like 3 hours.
if I ever won the lottery and had like the ridiculous PC, I would be buying like $15,000 ships. Say,
I know. It's just impress people. I gotta tell you, the one thing that like PC gaming, the things that I love are the things that I can still play, which are like RTS games because I have a computer. I just don't have a powerhouse computer, so I can still play StarCraft and I can still play Dota. But seeing some of those space sim type games really get me interested.
I know
I
that's
gotta
why
tell you.
I'm really excited for Elite Dangerous come out on Xbox One and PS4, so I can finally play that. That'll be fun.
Actually, you know what? I'm actually looking forward to No Man's Sky too. I don't know if I'll buy it, but I think it looks like the kind of game that could just be fun to fuck around in.
Hmm. It's actually where the chat is. I believe it's on the main page, the event page.
Yeah, it's on the left side. There's a chat and then there's Q&A. But I don't know. Maybe chat might just be for the people that are actually hosting the show.
Oh, I don't know how this shit works. I don't think you can see what we're seeing. I think it's at the main event page, and
Oh,
you can chat within there. I don't fucking know. Nobody ever really
shit.
chats, so.
Yeah, well, the Q&A is actually showing us his questions, so that's really what I want anyway. So
Uh-huh.
that's perfect. Yeah, I'm not sure the chat might just be for the hosts.
Yeah, so.
Suck it, Zach.
Uh,
What else you got?
I got this Twitch hack thing.
Oh yeah.
Is this a big thing, or do we even care about this stuff anymore?
Well, just gonna say this.
Does it matter for the little people?
I don't care enough. That's one of my problems. I see
Yeah.
this stuff all the time, and I don't even bother changing my password sometimes. I need to do a much better job about that. I mean, it's tough. Sometimes it's hacks, like it's hacked, which means like very small percentage of the accounts got hacked, and you should change your password just in case, which you should totally do. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not sure that do they match them with passwords? I don't really know exactly
I
because it's
mean,
not like we have credit card. Like
that's
when
that's
Sony
what
got
I'm
hacked and they
saying.
had
Yeah.
credit card information, that was a big deal. If
It'd
somebody
be,
hacked,
yeah, exactly.
we Twitch guys in loincloths and Altered Beast. I'm not that concerned about it really.
I wish we can get a tan loincloth.
I know, really.
Maybe something like that.
Is there an invisible loincloth?
We'll have to download some cheats, see if you can change their outfits.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really have much to say about it. We'll see. It's a news story, so might be more coming out about it. But as far as I know right now, I got nothing.
I feel like those people are always so sketchy about it too. When they release the information, they just say, yes, we've been hacked. They don't tell you what's going on. They just
Right.
say, change your passwords.
Well,
I imagine they're going for the big guys, though.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. If Twitch shuts down for 2 months like PlayStation Network did, then I think we're in trouble.
Yeah. Whatever. I honestly don't care.
I know. We don't care until we lose our Twitch page. Then we'll care.
Let's move on.
That's which I think is basically what everybody does, but it's what it is.
All right, next. I haven't seen a review on this. I haven't seen a review on this yet, but Bloodborne comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, the embargo lifts at 10 our time, 7 on the West Coast. So you'll see all of them come up at 10, I'm sure.
I haven't even really been. I mean, I've been following this game pretty closely just because I like to follow video games. Not a lot of buzz within the last week. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I think here with the order. With the order, I was pretty sure that it was going to stink because we've been hearing about people's impressions for a long time, and they were always pretty negative or neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I feel like Bloodborne's had a pretty positive, reaction. What's really interesting to me about Bloodborne is this: these Dark Souls games, they are not for everybody,
No.
and it's a genre where like a lot of people don't like to be punished like they used to with like a Contra or like the really difficult games of our past.
Like an Altered Beast.
Yeah, and I think that Ori, for example, is not Dark Souls hard, but it's punishing and it's a little bit hard. And I think that I think it took some hits for being hard. This game is supposedly, if it's Dark Souls hard, it's way harder. But what's interesting is instead of it being this kind of I don't want to call it niche because it's clearly like a AAA game, but like a game that maybe attracts half the people that love video games that are hardcore gamers. All of a sudden, because Uncharted delayed and all the other delays and all the other cancellations, Sony's entire 2015 is hanging on this game that a lot of people I don't think would ever actually play if there was other stuff to play. Do you know what I'm saying? But now they almost have to buy the game because it's the only AAA exclusive coming out.
I would love to know how many copies those that series of games actually sells. Because that's a very niche game.
I think the Bloodborne creators, which I guess is Sony kind of, but they're publishing it, right? But they must be pumping their fist because with the Uncharted delay and everything, they're going to sell like twice as many copies, I think, that they normally would have, just because if you own a PlayStation 4, it's really hard not to buy this game, right?
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's probably it looked really good from all the videos I've
Just
seen of
because
it.
the budget is high and it looks like it's going to be good, but I just feel like a lot of people, like if there was other games to choose from, a lot of people wouldn't punish themselves with this game otherwise, because it's a game, that
Yeah.
not everybody loves that kind of
I
style.
I tried Demon Souls and I did not like it. I never played Dark Souls, but I was not a fan of Demon Souls. I did not like what they
Yeah.
were doing. Like I didn't mind the hard combat, but respawning at the beginning of the map after you play like an hour in
Yeah,
is
it's like the
that's
old
tough.
school. It's like playing Contra. It's like a kick right in the balls when you die,
Yeah,
which is it's exciting in ways. It's like when you take down a boss, it's that much more intense. But I wonder if this could be a game where the critical reviews are much better than the user reviews. Because I mean, you're always gonna have the fanboys that are gonna say, "I love this game," because I mean, and I think it's gonna be a good game regardless. But I think that some people are gonna be like, "Buy this game because it's the only AAA release coming out for a while," and they're gonna be like, "This game fucking sucks,"
yeah,
because they just don't like how hard it is.
definitely. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, really, like this is it for Sony. Unless they have something at E3, this is their last first party exclusive
Right?
game.
Unless you include MLB, which obviously is not the
That's
broad
yeah.
attraction that
But
I love.
I
Though I've told you this before. I love in the comment sections when people are like, list that as like an exclusive to like get Sony points, when it's like there's no fucking way you watch baseball or play baseball games. You know what I mean? Just because you're just hand selecting a game that you know is going to get above an 8, that it happens to be an exclusive. You know what I mean? You're not excited about that game. You fucking liar. That being said, if you love baseball games, I think it's going to be awesome.
but yeah, I really haven't even seen anything. I would like to. Did they have one last year for PS4?
They did. They got rated really well. That's all I'm basing that off of.
Was that one like a PS3 PS4 game though?
That I'm not sure. Yeah, actually, yeah, I think it was. This one I think is PS3, PS4 too, but I'm not positive about that either. I might just be making that up.
Yeah. I don't know. I played it once. I didn't really care for him. I'm a big MVP baseball fan.
Yeah, I mean, I just
Carbon
don't
Matter
care.
Player.
I just don't care enough about baseball sims anymore to really play. I mean, baseball is kind of like football in that, to me, just my opinion, the arcadey versions I think are better than the Sims,
Oh, that's true.
because you're one fucking player, whereas like hockey or even soccer to an extent, just because everybody does the same thing on the field, and definitely games like tennis and stuff like that, you make such a bigger impact that those lend themselves more to simulations, I think.
Hmm. Yeah. All
Oh,
right. So,
I
what
gotta
do you
jump.
got?
Can I jump in with one thing Zach just reminded me?
Yeah.
One of mine and Zach's favorite childhood memories gaming was Descent. And I know we've talked about it on the show. Do you remember what that is?
I don't know what Descent is.
It's like a flight simulator, um, on PC, where you would actually like dogfight with other people. So it's like a multiplayer. I think there was a single player game, but I don't even remember it. I was all multiplayer all the time. And you would dogfight, and it's like Halo in a flight sim kind of. And we used to Descent 1 was amazing. Descent 2 was incredible. Descent 3 was the best. There's a Kickstarter for a new Descent game, which I am fucking
Really?
super amped up about. Yeah, and it's one of those games where like any PC gamer that played back in the day is going to be like really really excited about. I
Hmm.
haven't. I'll do some research for the actual podcast. I haven't seen if it's like who's backing it, if there's people that are in the original games. So I withhold my excitement till then, but definitely check that out, because I would kill, because we were talking about how much like we would love to play a flight sim game. Flight sim being like a space flight sim, and this is kind of what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, Descent games are so good. Oh my god, so much, like such a deep game. Oh, so good.
Do you know what that one game is? It was a Windows. It may have been like a straight up Windows game. Um, it was like a flight game. It was like remember that crappy Microsoft like joystick thingy?
Vaguely, yeah.
It was like dark black and like had blue buttons and shit. It was just like a trigger.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I used to have one. There was a flying game which I remember being awesome. I don't know if it is, but did you ever see the movie Broken Arrow with Nicholas or John Travolta and Christian Slater, where they're
Yes.
flying like the
A
stealth
long time
bomber?
ago.
There was a video game that was very similar to that. It had like the same clicking like airplane. And me and Matt used to always play it at his house, and I have no idea what the name of it is.
So wait, it was actually like when you say a flight sim, you mean like a flight sim, like
I don't know how simi it was, but it was like a flying game, and
okay.
it was awesome. I
No, I
remember
don't. I
that.
don't know that God, I have no idea. There was a lot of flight games back then.
Yeah, I would love to get into like a flight simulator, or I would even like to try that fucking Steel Battalion game where you have
Yeah,
like the 200 button controller.
yeah, that would be
That'd
cool.
be cool.
There on Reddit
That's
all the time, people put up like that kind of machinery and equipment, and it's crazy. Like just to learn how to lift off on an airplane. Some guy was talking about how his dad. He's like, my dad is a gamer in that he does this. He bought like all this expensive joystick with the buttons and shit for the plane. He'll take off on a flight. He'll put, which is like the hard part, and landing obviously. He'll put it in cruise control. He'll leave for like 3 hours, and then he'll come back and land the plane. And he thinks it's like the greatest thing ever. Which I think is fucking amazing.
well, that would be boring as shit. Like say you had to fly from like LA to Tokyo. It's like
Yeah,
18 hours.
I don't know how that works if you could like fast forward some of it or like if they give you challenges, which would kind of defeat the purpose of a sim,
Yeah, it'd be
you know.
annoying if your plane was gonna crash every single time you had to save it. Like you have like a perfect flight.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I would.
By the way, I think you would hate a flight simulator.
Yeah, well, I would like to crash. Okay.
I don't think that would be for you at all.
But also, there's. You ever see people that play like the train simulators or the tractor trailer simulators?
John Chrisman? I've
Just,
seen them. No.
I guess like the tractor trailer ones are like insanely popular in like Europe. It's just you drive like a big rig and deliver
Weird.
shit.
Is it the
Yeah.
one that is it the one that they win in the arm wrestling movie with
Oh, over the top.
over the top?
Me and Chad were watching
Is your skin?
our arm wrestling championships.
I know that's the only thing I could think of when you guys said that. I didn't know that actually existed. Well, as like a TV sport.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it's pretty intense. They lay like the prize money right in the middle of them, so you can see like this wad of like cash.
You mean in the actual one?
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
fun.
that's pretty sweet.
It's like
Were the guys like humongous, like ripped, or they just like
they were
look
pretty
like?
big. Their arms were pretty big.
But they look like guys that would be riding on a Harley, or guys that would be like in a strongman competition.
It's a little bit of mix of both. There's weight classes, which I was very surprised about.
That's interesting.
There was one dude who was like a preacher, and he was like an arm wrestler. There's one dude who looked like a vampire, and he would just stare down people. He won one.
I wouldn't like to arm wrestle that guy.
Dude, he was wrestling. He was like arm wrestling like this guy with the biggest arms ever, and he's just staring him down, holding his arm up there. And other guy was giving it all he's got. Then he was just kind of like working his way down. It's
Maybe he
pretty
is a
nuts.
vampire. Vampires are strong, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he had like jet black, straight hair, kind of emo looking, pale skin. Maybe he was a vampire. Oh, guess what I tried to do last night? Since we um, apparently, in
I don't know where you're going with this.
Surgeon Simulator Let's Play video that's up on our YouTube channel. Apparently, if you have two PlayStation controllers on, it automatically puts you in two-player mode, which would have been funny, but we managed to play two-player mode with single player or with one person. I tried playing it last night because I was like, I could probably beat this by myself sober. Now I couldn't cut the fucking heart out. I was doing this-
So what did you have to do with one controller? Like, what was the
it's just
difference?
it's just one arm. The other
They
arm.
just don't even show the other arm.
Then I'll show the other arm.
Like so what we did, it wasn't that debilitating. It's just that
No.
it was annoying because we had to move the first two times. We had no idea
Yeah.
we couldn't reach it because you have to move the other arm.
It was
That
way
would have
more,
been real.
it was way more challenging the way we did it.
We need to do another game or another recording where we do the 2-player version because how hilarious would
I
that
don't.
be?
Yeah, but I don't understand what the one.
I'll
The other
pat his
person,
face while you cut the heart out.
I don't. Yeah, that's pretty much all you have to do is the one person just moves the camera. I imagine.
I don't know. Can the other hand grab shit?
I don't think so.
Because if it could, you could like cut shit, and then I could grab the ribs out. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. But I was trying. I was doing so well last night. I took like, I used like the little buzz saw thing, and I sawed out the outside of the rib cage, so I was
Hmm.
able to pick it up in one piece. And I took out all the lungs. I cut the esophagus thing or whatever it is, because apparently you can beat the game. All you have to do is just throw the heart, like the fresh heart, in, and
Right.
that's how you
He doesn't
win.
have to survive.
Yeah, the other organs don't matter. I couldn't get the fucking heart out. I was like cutting everything around it. He would just bleed so fast he would die. And
The-
apparently, yeah, there's a cheat code. I don't know if it works in the PS4 version, but you can you like dial a number or do something with the VCR in the beginning, and you can operate on aliens. Which
I've seen that. You're in space. Yeah, it's like
yeah,
a.
I would really. I don't know if it's in the PS4 version. We'll have to check it out.
Yeah, we definitely need to do another recording where we do the two-player version. That sounds absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Because we'll both be in control.
But yeah, I only tried it twice because it really is frustrating. It's like trying to swim up river. Like it's just
The controls are terrible.
yeah.
On purpose. That's
Yeah, they're terrible
that's
on purpose.
yeah, that's the point of the game.
I tried it twice and I could. I feel like we had no problem cutting the heart out when we did it.
Jesus, I don't even remember. We probably cut it out of accident. We were cutting through the ribs like into through.
But
I love that game. I can't wait to play it again.
that's what I did last night for like
That was one of the 90-cent specials, wasn't it?
91 cents for a $13 game.
That was
Well
nice.
worth it.
I last night watched. 2 nights ago, I watched Interstellar, which was a 10, which I absolutely loved, and
I'll watch
it
tomorrow.
gets good reviews. I think that a lot of people don't like how crazy Nolan can be. That's all I'll say till you actually see it.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was fucking amazing. I was on the edge of my seat from 15 minutes in until 3 hours was over. Like, it is intense, man.
How was McConaughey? Was he good?
Absolutely great, just like he has been for fucking 5 years. He's so good.
It's crazy how he flipped the switch. Like he was always like
Yeah.
goofy. Like I used to like his romantic comedy movies, those Kate Hudson movies he used to do. There was one.
I never saw one.
There was one where he was like a pirate kind of thing, like a treasure hunter. I forget what it was called. But
I don't know.
Kate Hudson was in every single one. That movie wasn't bad. And then like I always thought he was kind of like a joke. Like he was like
Yeah.
like an Ethan Hawke kind of thing. Remember that Jimmy Kimmel thing? Like there's that mean tweets was like I
Yeah.
wonder how it's like something like it's pretty much like Matthew McConaughey should have never been famous, but he
Well,
got
but it was
And-
almost worse than that though, because Ethan Hawke at least does serious movies.
yeah.
I think Ethan Hawke's not a bad actor at all.
I don't care for him. I liked him in that one movie with Angelina Jolie.
I don't think he's great, but I think that Matthew McConaughey's pre-Lincoln Lawyer career was way worse than Ethan Hawke's. Like Ethan Hawke has done some
Yeah.
like legit shit.
And then
Um,
Matthew McConaughey like.
did you ever see Lincoln Lawyer?
No, I heard
Oh,
it's good though.
That's a really good movie. That's the first movie I saw, and I went, "Wow, this guy could actually act." Because like he's like that's what he's famous for. Is everybody's like, this guy was a terrible actor that nobody liked, and now he's Academy Award winning superstar. His best performance to date, I think, as great as he was, and the other movie that I watched last night was Dallas Buyers Club. As great as
You did watch it?
yeah, as great as he was in that, which is what he won the Academy Award for. True Detective, to me, was his best performance. He was fucking awesome in that. So good.
I would argue the other way, but it's not an argument worth having. He was great in both.
Yeah, I mean, they're much different roles. I just thought that in True Detective, he was, it's just so good. He was great in, I mean, he was great in Dallas Buyers Club too. Very different character.
That movie gives you a great taste of how Jared Leto will be as Joker, just because he's like, he doesn't do anything like Jokerish, but you could tell that Jared Leto is a great actor and he can absorb a role.
He's fucking. I couldn't believe how good he was too. Jesus Christ! I think they both won the Academy Award. I think he won supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did not hold anything back, man. He fucking killed that role too. It was just like McConaughey and Harrelson in True Detective is like, I don't know who was better. They were both so fucking good, you know, in such different roles. I never
That's
knew, like, I literally never knew. Did Jared, is it Leto or is it Leto? I think it's
Jared
Leto.
Leto. I think it's
Is it
Leto.
Leto?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Leto.
I never knew he was a lead singer in like a famous band. I never
Yeah.
knew that. That was what he was before he was an actor, right?
You know what? He may have been an actor before. I'm not sure.
Well, let me rephrase that. He was famous, I think, for being a musician first. I think he might have like done some acting, but I
Yeah,
don't think he was ever.
he was in Fight Club. He was the guy that got the shit kicked out of him by. Um,
Yeah, see, like nobody knows that he was in that. You know what I mean?
yeah, he had the blonde hair. He was the guy that showed up to the apartment and wouldn't leave the door. He was the first one that got accepted into
Right.
their little, like, I don't know, terror group, whatever.
And you know the reason he hadn't done a movie for like 5 years, 8 years, something like that. Not because he couldn't get one, but because he just didn't want to. And he said the only reason he did Dallas Buyers Club was because He said something to the effect of Matthew McConaughey is doing something incredible with his life, and I just want to be a part of it. That's the only reason he took that movie role.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why I think
he,
he's gonna be great in Suicide Squad, because I feel like if he thought it was gonna suck, he wouldn't do it.
yeah, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, he does it. And you know what? The thing with him is, to be Joker, you have to be an actor who could play kind of anything. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like in other words, is like, how do I put this? A guy like Tom, not Tom Cruise, well, him too, but a guy like Tom Hanks or a guy like Denzel Washington, I love those actors, okay? But they play a fairly similar role most of the time. Whereas like a guy like, Jared Leto, he can fucking play ridiculously opposite things. Or that's a good. What's the guy who played Lincoln? He's the perfect example of that.
Shit. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis, he could literally play two roles where you would never guess that it was the same person, and he's that kind of actor where he could do that, you know. So it's not like Jack Nicholson playing the Joker. It's a whole different character, which is what Heath Ledger was able to do as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I will see that for his Joker because I love the Joker.
Uh-huh. Oh, I think it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm excited
Although
for it.
both of us agree that we're not super pumped about Will Smith because he fits into that other group
Yeah.
of actors, which is like it's going to be Will Smith playing that guy as
I
opposed to that guy. You know.
I hope they kill him like immediately.
I know, me too.
That'd be
Because that is tough for me. Like sometimes when you see like some of the best movies are movies that like none of the actors you've ever heard of, and like McConaughey in that Dallas Buyers Club. I mean, he outside of the fact that he kind of has that drawl in his normal voice, he is nothing like himself in that movie. I mean, it's fucking unbelievable.
hmm
He's incredible in that movie.
um while we're talking about the DC world and Joker and Batman Arkham Knight was delayed again by three
Saw that
weeks.
short
3 weeks.
delay though.
Not that
Yeah,
big of a deal. My only big thing is this: they released a 7-minute gameplay video.
yeah.
I don't think I really care for anything that's in the video.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment. But
It's I mean, it looks pretty, but it looks exactly like everything that I've done in a Batman game, which Batman Arkham City was my favorite games from the last generation. But it looks exactly the same thing, except you have like a Batmobile.
yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but
And I don't understand the timeline because Jim Gordon is like young again.
oh,
He's
weird.
he was
Are they
older.
just?
I don't understand where they're going with it. I don't know if this one takes place after Batman. I don't know where it takes place because Arkham City, Jim Gordon was an older man, I believe. Unless I'm
That's
wrong.
the last one that Rockstar made,
Yeah,
or Rocksteady, I
Rocksteady.
mean.
Yeah, and then it went to the prequel, and now it's back to the Rocksteady one. But I don't know where this
Yeah, I don't
one
know.
falls into play. Because
Did you?
if it doesn't take place after Arkham City, then the Joker, nobody will ever question where the Joker is.
Let me ask you this also before I forget. Did you also see that they're releasing the remastered older games,
No.
older Batman games? To me, like that's like, do we really need a fucking remastered Batman game? Like they
That's
just came out, and they're good games.
yeah. That's too much to play. I don't have the time to play those games again. Nor do
I mean,
I
like
nor do I think I'd want to. As much as I love them, I don't think I'd ever want to go back and play them.
Yeah, I don't think they're super replayable unless it's been like a long, long time. But I'm pretty sure I don't want to be totally quoted on that, but I'm pretty sure I just saw that.
Well, my problem is I did like the new game plus in Arkham City, and went back and played as like different Batman skins, did different challenges, played it on a harder difficulty. I beat it twice. Second time I beat it, I didn't have like the when you're getting attacked or you need to throw like a counter, it doesn't tell you, so it's harder.
Right.
But I have no interest of ever doing that again. So
And yes, confirmed. The Arkham, the first two Rocksteady games are getting remastered for PS4 and Xbox One. Which I guess,
if you didn't play them, then
if you didn't play them, then get them. That's cool. But I'm sure they'll be gorgeous.
yeah, a lot of people really love Arkham Asylum. I like that it introduced Batman into like the next generation, but I was not the biggest fan of that game.
I never played. Yeah, I told you this. My experience playing Batman is that the first Rocksteady one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Arkham
me and
Asylum.
I bought that, and we had bought my dad a PlayStation 3 because he wanted like a Blu-ray player and Netflix and stuff, and at the time it was the best thing to get. So I had taken it home. I was home for Jesus, I don't know if it was a holiday or a weekend. And me and Nick had went to my house. We played like the first 2 hours, and then we took it back to New York, where we lived at the time, and we never wanted to play it again because we didn't want to play the first 2 hours again. It was really like I loved it for the first 2 hours,
Yeah.
but I was like,
Yeah.
fuck that, I'm
Well,
never
yeah,
doing that again.
it's definitely one of those games like I'll never play Ori and the Blind Forest again, even though I loved it. And I'll never play the first two Batman games again, even though I love them.
Yeah.
Just,
See,
just,
I
just
would play Ori to try to find all the secrets if they let you, but
but
yeah, I don't know that I would do a.
Batman's got
I don't know that I would do a playthrough.
Batman's got the secrets too, the riddles. They're fun to
Well, yeah,
solve.
but I mean, Ori, you could see the map and you can know where you got to go figure shit out. I mean, it's like Metroid. But like in Ori, you could go from point A to point B in 3 minutes. In
Mhm.
Batman, it would take a lot. You have to play the whole thing through. You can't just like a Metroid type game. You could go wherever you want.
Mhm.
But yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, I don't. I really want to understand the Jim Gordon thing. I don't. I know for a
I think you're gonna
fact.
have to confirm if he was young or old in that one.
I know for a fact he was older in Arkham Asylum. I know he had gray hair. And in the video I watched today, he looked a lot younger. I mean, maybe it could have been the lighting and stuff, but
Well, the best part of these YouTube broadcast mini podcasts are that I just don't do any research. I just say fuck it.
yeah. Oh, I mean,
I think we've thrown out like 10 things. We're like, well, I think that's what happened. I think that's what's going on.
could have sworn. But I don't know that nothing. I'm gonna play the game no matter what because I really like the first two. But nothing that they've shown so far like wows me, except for the
Yeah.
graphics. The graphics look good. Uh, but I don't know. I'm not excited for the Batmobile at all. I wish that would have stayed out of the game. The flying around looks fun.
I mean, the Batmobile, it's, at least it's a different take on the gameplay. They can't do the same thing every single game.
Yeah, yeah. I love Arkham City, but I wonder if I liked it so much because I was able to play as Frank Miller Batman. It just live out my fantasy of playing the Dark Knight Returns.
Well, it got very good reviews.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, at some point, it's like this is the same game for the third time.
That's what
with
I'm
the
worried
same
about.
fighting mechanics,
It looks
and it's like
It looks exactly the same.
which is why I think they put the Batmobile in. It's like we got to add something else to this, but
I mean, they're
yeah.
probably gonna recycle the same villains.
Let's be serious. You're gonna buy it because there's
yeah, I'll
we're
absolutely
we're
buy
so game starved this year anyway. It's a no brainer.
I wish they would do like a digital, like you can download the digital game, but get like the physical like rewards or whatever they're called, extras, a package like that. I wish
For what
Amazon.
pre-orders?
Yeah, because I would love to get. I've always bought the special edition ones, but I don't want the physical copy of the game, so I probably won't do it this time.
I mean,
Unless
just get
I
it.
unless I
And
just
then
and return the game and then download.
yeah, I
it.
mean, the thing is, just get it and then sell it because you're never gonna play it again. You just said you're never gonna play a Batman game again.
I know, but there's something about having to play a physical game. I don't like it. Doesn't
You
make
don't.
it-
You've
doesn't
never
make any
explained
sense.
this to me. It makes absolutely no
It
sense.
makes no sense.
I'm not saying like I like to buy most of my games digital, but if there's like a game that I'm gonna play for 2 weeks, why not just play the physical copy especially because you have no other physical copies. You just put it in and you literally never have to take it out.
If
That's how it was with
I don't know.
FIFA because I got it for Christmas from my brother, and I was like, oh, physical copy. Wait a second, I don't have any other physical copies, so I put it in my Xbox, and I literally never took it out once until I got rid of it.
Yeah, I think GTA will always stay on my PS5 or PS4. I don't
Yeah.
think it'll
So
ever.
I'm saying, like, you don't even think of it as a physical copy because it's just in your. Now, when you get multiple physical copies, it becomes slightly annoying. But
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's I hope it's good. I think it will be.
I mean, it's a Rocksteady game. It's definitely gonna be good. Will it be great? I don't know. What's your if you had to say your 2015 games that you're definitely going to buy? That's one of them. What else is there?
I would say that
Regardless of reviews, just you're
gar-
definitely gonna buy.
regardless of reviews, it would be that Witcher 3, Metal Gear Solid 5, and what else is coming out this year? There's got to be something. Oh,
You're
Halo.
missing a big one, yeah. My
Halo.
only two are Halo 5 and Witcher 3.
I might since there's gonna because Halo's coming out in like, what, December, November?
I don't think they've. I think they've said quarter 4. I don't think they've said exactly.
Okay. If Halo is November, December game and Call of Duty's September game, I'll try Call of Duty again.
Which one is coming out next? Have they said?
I don't think they've announced it. I think it's Treyarch though. I think Treyarch's back up.
Yeah.
Unless Treyarch was this one.
Well, that one guy just rejoined the team, right? We were just sending you
Yeah.
that link the other day. I don't remember who the fuck it was, but that's interesting.
Also, hopefully hockey has the hockey league into it.
Yeah, that will. And that's a definite buy if it has the hockey league. I'm
Yeah.
sure we're missing something. Oh, you know what else I really want to get? Is it called Titan Souls? That's that PS4 game. That's like a.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a. It's like a Zelda-looking game, but with it's like Zelda meets those fucking huge monster games that were like not Ico, those games
Yeah.
on the PlayStation.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes, it's like Zelda meets Shadow of the Colossus. I think that looks fucking phenomenal.
Did you ever play Shadow of the Colossus?
No,
Me neither.
I'd love to. It looks really good.
Yeah, I'll never play it.
Never, no chance. Yeah, I'll play the new one if they ever release it. You know how it's been like
It's been like 8
rumored
years.
for but they said semi recently, like within the last few months, they said it's not canceled, like it's still happening.
I'm pretty sure the guy that created Eco and Shadow of the Colossus left that project a while ago.
Yeah, I
So,
don't know.
I don't know. Me either.
Let me ask you this: do you think? I believe that the PS4 or the PS4 that Sony just actually gave a release date for Project Morpheus, which I think is just called Morpheus now. Something like, a quarter
2016, right?
2016 sometime, yeah. Do you think they're splitting their resources a little bit to get that out? Do they think that's going to be like a big money maker? Because Sony needs money.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust any Sony peripheral because the move sucked.
Someone said something very interesting. You know how we're talking about how VR is so graphic intensive that like can PlayStation 4 even run it?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be very interesting if it came with some sort of like external graphics card that was part of it.
That'd be nuts.
That'd be nuts.
How much is that going to cost you though?
It'd be expensive. It'd be expensive, especially because could that even work with the current graphics card? Would it have to be, or would it have to be completely separate, which means it'd have to be twice as good to even make a difference? I don't know.
Me either.
It's crazy to me that like they haven't announced a fucking game for it, and they have a release date.
I would be happy with the shark. I want to play that shark when you're in the cage in the water.
Yeah.
I want to go in a shark cage so bad. So
Yeah, I think one of the things with VR that's gonna be really cool is more like educational stuff like that. The one I can't remember who it was. There's so many of them now. Someone was doing like a trip to Mars.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Walk around like that. Like that's pretty cool. Like actually giving you facts and stuff. But yeah, it's really weird that like all these virtual reality headsets, like the Vive, the HTC one, I think that has a release date too. I think it's like end of 2015 or something.
Yeah, I think
The
that's
Valve one.
gonna be the first one to market.
Yeah. There's not a game announced. Like that's crazy. Like when are we gonna stop getting proof of concept demos and when are we gonna get a game?
I don't know.
Because I mean, people are worried that if you launch it too soon and it sucks, kind of like 3D televisions, people are just gonna say, well, virtual reality sucks, which I don't think would be a fair assessment, but that's what happens when you release a thing without. Look what happened to Kinect. Same idea.
No, yeah. I don't
Forever
know.
Kinect will suck because there was nothing to support it.
I will always back my Kinect on my Xbox One for my my voice commands.
I know,
Watching
right?
TV, Netflix, stuff like that. I'm so happy with that thing. I
Tell
don't
you,
think
Xbox Fitness opens up a whole new ballgame for that thing too.
I love Xbox. I gotta get back into that.
That might be the best use of the Kinect that's ever been released. It really gets you fucking motivated.
Hmm. You said the
Ugh.
Russell Wilson one was good, right?
Hmm. It's like a good short one. It's like I think they're like there's two separate ones. I think they're either 20 or 30 minutes, and it's just full on core workout,
There.
hard but not like the insanity
Yeah.
program one. That I tried to do the insanity one, and I was like, holy shit, I'm out of shape.
Yeah,
Like,
I might die.
dude, I got through the warm up, and I was like, is it over? Is it over? It was like literally the warm up. I was fucking dead, and then it like amps everything up that you just did by like 2 times speed. It was ridiculous.
I wonder if Giant Bomb will put up a quick look of Bloodborne at 10 o'clock.
I don't know.
I
It
see
might.
on their schedule they have a Bloodborne live at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we've got 28 minutes, which is perfect because we can talk absolutely nothing about Bloodborne right now, and then by the time the reviews come out, when we record our podcast, we'll actually have something to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I might just make my brother buy it and play it, but like I don't know that I wanna
Yeah.
spend my week in New Jersey like bashing my fucking head off the wall trying to beat this game, you know?
My problem with those games is like the people that like force themselves to play it, they play with like an Excel spreadsheet in front of them, looking for they have to find the right items.
Yeah, I will never
They're
do that.
they're following instead of like making your own path, they're following the path of somebody that already beat the game.
Right.
Like, is that fun?
Here's another problem I have with those games in general, especially Bloodborne, which I have not played, so I can't say for sure. But I don't like super dark games where you can't see anything. Like I like super bright, colorful games where I can see shit. Like I feel like it's cheating to like I've seen Bloodborne videos. They're all of them. It's like you can't see a fucking thing. The whole screen is dark. You're like walking around these landscapes where half the screen is black, and I don't enjoy that. I don't know how to say it any better than that. But
Yeah,
I've never enjoyed games that were like that.
yeah, I don't understand either.
That being said, it looks really cool. I mean, the boss fights look badass. We'll see. I'm gonna wait, see what the reviews are, and maybe I'll buy it on Ben's account.
There you go. What was I else going to say? I don't
I
know.
don't
I
know.
think I don't really have much more to say about that. Hopefully it does well because it's the only game that's coming out for PS4 in a long time.
I think it's undeniably gonna do well. I think it could get sevens and it's still gonna do well. I mean, I think the order sold pretty well. That it was a piece of shit. So, and this is, I think, 100% a better game than that. Um, but hopefully it's good enough to hold people over till
Yeah, well,
the other
according,
bullshit that's not coming out for
according to
either system.
according to Forbes, Dark Souls 2 sold 1.2 million copies. Or no, they sold a total of 2.3 million copies, and that's including Xbox, PlayStation 3, and PC.
Okay.
You imagine you can cut that shit down by half. So we're looking probably a million copies. Is that good enough for a AAA game?
I think it's gonna sell way more than that.
Yeah.
Just because of what I said earlier. I think people are so starved for a AAA game that people are saying this is the AAA game that I need to buy.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I think people. I don't know. I feel like people are well enough, or they're aware enough of what those games are. We'll see. 2.3 million copies is not a lot for over 3 consoles.
No, it's not. I do think though. I feel like people are gonna buy this just for the fact that it's the first. It'd be. I think the sales numbers would be extremely interesting because, like we said, this is a game that's probably not for most people. Most people don't like this type of difficult game. The people that love it, they fucking love it. I mean, they think it's a 10 out of 10. Which is awesome. But it'd be very interesting to see like your casual gamer download this game and be like, "What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I can't beat the first level."
Yeah. I want to see the reviews and shit. I want to see if they dumbed it down at all. I guess a lot of people are saying that when they added the guns, it changed a lot of it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still difficult, but it frees it up to be more accessible.
Which is also interesting too. I mean, you think Sony knows like the topics we're talking about? These are not surprising to Sony. Do you think that they went to the Bloodborne developers and said, "Listen, this needs to be a mainstream game. We can't have this be a niche game that
I don't know.
you know that 10% of people are absolutely in love with and 90% of people think is too hard." That's another interesting question. And would Dark Souls be Dark Souls if it wasn't hard, or just be another third-person RPG?
I'll tell you this: Demon Souls would suck if it wasn't hard, because it wasn't that good of a game. But being hard gave it something.
Yeah. I mean,
It wasn't interesting at all to me. It was just like walk, explore, find a couple like villains or whatever enemies and fight them, try to survive, try to walk on like fucking planks, not fall down, break your fucking legs. It wasn't the greatest thing ever.
yeah. I never played them, so I can't comment. But um, it's not something that it'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting if I download this game and play it because I haven't played a game like that in a long time, and I don't play a lot of RPGs just lately. So that would add a whole new. Maybe it would help, or maybe it would just exacerbate the problems that I have with playing RPGs lately.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I don't know. Should we call it? I have really don't have anything much else to say about anything.
Yeah, I think we talked about what we need to talk about. Still had a lot of shit to talk about for the actual podcast. Until we do another one of these tomorrow night.
If you do get Bloodborne, please let me know.
Yeah, I mean I'll Twitch it if I get it.
Nice.
Now that I got Fios, I should be able to twitch the balls off of it.
Yeah, you will.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got.
That's all I got.
New Jersey, baby.
When do I see you again? 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Tell Spunky I said hello.
It's gonna miss you. Who's here?
Spunky, who's here?
Okay. This Saturday, we might do another live podcast. We might do another one this week, but we have a couple guests, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, too, we should try to do a couple more of these with just as many of the other podcast hosts that we get, because these take no effort, and we can upload them immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
It's not more work for Chad. So we could get Eric, we could get Evil Pog, we could get just a bunch of people and just talk shit about stuff. I think that'd be fun.
All right, we'll figure it out. Maybe if Bloodborne gets shitty reviews or something, we'll talk. I'd like to get Tim on here from Late Night Gamers because he's a big PlayStation 4 gamer.
Is Tim the host?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always mix them up.
I believe it's Tim. No, it's not Tim. Nick. Tim's the Bruins fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I think that's all I got.
That's all I got.
All right. Till next time.
Bye-bye.